All right, we are maybe back, and we are with the Scuff stream. Let's see what. Can you hear AJS? You want to check again? They cannot hear you. They cannot hear you. They cannot hear you. They cannot hear you. Oh, but they can hear. Oh my god. We're doing this live. Can you test again? Fuck. Yeah, I see it. I'm looking for the setting. Let me see what audio you go out. Test again. Okay, beautiful. I have default. Yeah. So I probably have two. I have my communication audio device, and then I have my. No, I don't think so. Try now. I bet we hear
Check.
you now.
Hey, 1, 2. Hey. Hey, 1, 2. Hey, we hear me.
Hey, beautiful. All right, cool.
All right, folks, if you're curious what was going on there while we get this game restarted, wait, we're good, right?
Yeah, we're good to go. We can.
We could get this out. This is exciting. I don't actually know what they drafted because I was restarting my computer because I blue screen. So
I saw it.
I was panicking a little, so I didn't exactly watch the stream. Folks, if anyone's curious on a technical level what was going on there, Wang has his broadcast or his mic software does two separate audio channels. Is it SteelSeries that does that?
Yeah.
So OBS, which tries to just pick up whatever your audio output is, it's problematic because there were two audio outputs. So with that aside, I think we're ready to start. Making sure the teams are ready. Tree said R.
All right. R is what we like.
All right, let's go see this redraft and let's get started. Wouldn't be the SBL without a little scuffing. I like to think Thrifty's in a coffee shop somewhere in Bolivia right now, just panicking, watching everything break down here.
You know, I feel like if he had enough bandwidth to text, he'd be. I hope he is in like a Zen place right now in Bolivia. You know, maybe on like one of those ayahuasca trips or whatever.
Maybe he's better off just being out in the wilderness, like 100 miles from even a 3G, so that like he just has to eventually log in and find out whether his team is in or not. No watching, no stressing, just see the result.
Yep.
So
All
the
right.
one thing I did see before I crashed earlier was a Cho'Gath pick for the SBL Bad Boy. I guess they're not going to be picking in the same order as before because they're going to just pick for themselves here. But that is so in the matchup here. High expectations is 2-0 on Flex Panther so far this season. So there's nothing that changes with the head-to-head here. Cho'Gath for Dan is the only thing that's been picked in both of those matchups. Wildly different teams that were coming out for high expectations here. And as far as the playoff implications go here, if High Expectations wins either of their games tonight, they get the 1 seed. They skip to the SBL finals. However, if they lose both of their games and Flex Panther wins both of their games, Flex Panther can still get the 1 seed. So High Expectations, they have some leeway here, but like you want to skip that best of 5. You want to just play well. I think you want to get that off your chest in the first game. This is a pretty big game. IMO.
Yeah, definitely agree. Very big. And has Flex Panther beaten High Expectations?
No, it
all?
is a 2-0 matchup in
Yeah.
the regular season. I don't know what happened in the preseason, and if we're being honest, I don't care what happened in the preseason
true.
at this point. So the picks are in, and we have some beautiful dive coming out of the side of Expectations, and we have some Wombo Combo coming out of Flex Panther.
Yeah, I honestly, I'm a Silas player. I really love this Silas pick into this team. This is like a fucking dream Silas team. Like you got Malphite on the other team, you got
Jesus
Orianna,
Christ.
you got Leona. Like these are some of Silas's best alts, if not like 2 of the top 10 in here. This is going to be insane for that pick.
Yeah, I have to imagine this the Silas pick probably came out late in the original drafts. It was probably a pretty easy pick once you saw some of those alts coming out of Flex Panther, so not shocking there.
But both teams do still have very strong comps. Actually, both kind of divey in their own respects, as you imagine that Silas is probably going to be going in with Nocturne at the same time as Jarvan and Leona and Malphite are going into the Vayne on the other against the other team.
Yeah, we see some tall task for the supports here to see if they can keep their 80s alive for a minute. As we do have a
little bit of low on damage though. I feel like coming out of the team Flex Panther. I mean, Orianna isn't the highest damage mid laner anymore, and you don't really got a ton of damage out of Leona. I guess Malphite, since the recent buffs, can really get going if he wants to, but
yeah, Malphite and Jarvan can both have some like kind of tertiary damage if they get rolling. But definitely, I would agree that there's probably still a lot of pressure on the Caitlyn here. Kind of in every sense, you're trying not to get dove every fight when you're really the obvious dive target, but also trying to you need to get your items online so you can start picking apart these late game fights.
Little bit of rough laning though, coming outside of the team of High Expectations. Master Splinter is not going to be able to make a ton of impact on like the super early game. I mean, Vayne doesn't have like the greatest early lane. Silas actually has like kind of a rougher early lane against Orianna. Probably one of Silas's hardest matchups. Cho'Gath wins the Malphite matchup, but it's not by that much.
Yeah, and that kind of one other thing though that I'm very curious about here. I'm always curious like what kind of form are the teams kind of currently in, especially with this extended regular season we did this split. High Expectations on the last 3 matches, so the last round robin essentially. They're 3-0. They've beaten all 3 teams in the SBL the last time they played them. Meanwhile, Flex Panther have kind of tapered off a bit. They are 1 win, 2 losses over their last 3 games. For a team that had real hopes of getting the 1 seed. They lost the High Expectations. They also lost the Tizzy and the Smash Bros a couple of weeks ago, which kind of started to turn that TSB season around. So we'll see if they can get their first win on High Expectations here, keep that 1 seed alive, or if they kind of really are going to be limping into the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely be very interested to see where they end up, as they will get at worst side selection for the semifinal round.
Yeah, I don't think there's any scenario where they can lose a top 2 seed, so they should be feeling pretty safe there.
We load in. Please nothing crash. All right.
Ain't that real?
We at least get a loading screens. It's at 0%, but I have faith in Riot's client.
I've never seen anything weird happen in Spectate. All right, I am in with our beautiful scuffed start that we get.
Yeah.
And give these players a sec. So I figured out a trick last week, Wang. If you bow someone,
yeah.
we're good. We're good.
There we go.
Hell yeah. So then just make sure you turn on objective timers. You might need to resize your minimap depending on how big your minimap is.
No, it's standard minimap size.
Bro, I crank that thing up when I'm playing. That goes up to like 55 when I'm playing, but you got to cut it down to 33 to spectate. Oh, and most importantly, Control-Shift-Z. Zoom this bitch out.
Oh, yeah.
So we got Invade coming and a Invade Defense coming on the opposite side from these two teams here, as we have high expectations going up against Tizzy and the Smash Bros. Jesus. High expectations going against FlexBet. I was just about to make a joke about how I like literally have to look at the overlay on OBS to keep the team names straight. And the second we don't have overlays, I start fucking it up. What are the odds? So no one's. Oh, actually, Blab is kind of going in here a little late. Will he snuff anything out here?
I can't imagine.
The ball.
I can't imagine that Blab does anything risky. Is that just kind of his MO?
No, I mean you're Oriana. Like you can go check that for free, and we've been seeing a little more activity at level 1 the last couple of weeks. So I think this is the smart play here. Really interesting thing. Lazy Laz Ghost Flash on Caitlyn. Not something you see every day.
Yeah, it's actually started to become quite popular on solo queue. You'll see the Ghost Flash Caitlyn. Probably about 50% of the Caitlyn games right now.
Well, that is fun. That's what we're here in the SBL for, is to learn.
This is Tank Axe on the Jarvan. Something I didn't really catch in the draft. I believe he's been on Trundle basically every game since he started jungling.
Yeah, I didn't catch the bans also, you need to rearrange the scoreboard, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
But yes, I think he's been, if not 100% Trundle duty, pretty dang close. So we'll see here. Jarvan, obviously, a really powerful champ currently. I think he got nerfed last patch, but like still pretty good. And just very different kind of pressure on yourself to play well. We got some nice trading coming out of Lazy here. I didn't even notice this. The Bad Boy is in the mid lane. They have swapped Bad Boy and Vestas.
Oh, interesting. I guess that kind of makes sense. Sylas has an extremely good lane against Malphite. This is actually a lane that I played against ThunderCon in the preseason. I really like this matchup, although I honestly don't think it provides that much more pressure.
I wonder how much of this is, despite what Dan will tell you on the Discord, if this is his team trying to opt him out of just getting his head caved in some of these matchups he's been playing top lane. Maybe he's under a little less pressure mid lane here. Splitter can be nearby him a little more often. You're not getting long lane punished. And if you're feeling confident that you only have to win one of your 2 games and the next game should be, it's against the thrifty-less team, like this might be a chance to try things.
Yep.
Also, I think it shows a lot of respect for Thunder, who has been just a beast recently.
Yeah, really like that. I also think the Cho'Gath matchup is pretty good against Oriana. versus the Silas matchup. The Silas matchup in Oriana is definitely one of Silas's worst matchups.
Hook onto the Caitlyn, and that's going to be immediate flash. Ladder shot release, but Tree, he goes in too deep. He's going to take tower shots. He's got a flash as well. Everyone blowing their summoners here in a first blood going over to Tuesday, but him and 30 opposite directions here, but it's not going to matter. A double kill for Mr. Tuesday.
Wow, and getting that Vayne rolling right away. Another odd pick coming through. Seeing the Xmas tree on Leona. Not that I've never seen Xmas tree play Leona. It's just not been one of his core champions for a long time. I feel like he's pulling out way different picks in solo queue.
Yeah, everyone's been talking like, oh, we got to see this Tree Milio. It's been so good. I've had people telling me, people not playing in the SBL, they're like, oh, you got to ban Tree's Milio. And I'm like, you can't ban a champ he hasn't played in the SBL yet. I just, oh, no, Thunder! Oh, barely gets out of the auto range.
Especially a champ that it has a pretty weak laning phase. When you are laning with one of the best AD carries in the SBL. I find it hard for him to opt into a weaker lane.
Yeah, real quick, Wayne, what are we like on time? I'm at 4:50, 51, 52.
You are maybe a second.
Right,
I'm at 54, 55.
Just hit that plus button, see if it speeds you up real quick.
Yep. 59. 5, 1, 2, 3.
Can you not speed up with
yeah,
plus on the numpad? I'm 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, we're on time now.
Okay,
yep.
Perfect. They won't desync again. See, I could have just not corrected that and been like, I'm the most on-point play-by-play caster ever. I'm reading things the literal instant they happen, but...
I think I like that. All right. Splinter, looking at...
Yeah, Splinter, no action from the junglers early, which is a win for Splinter. You know, if you're Nocturne, if you can just get the 6 here, and now he knows Thunder, no flash available, about to be fearing for his life. He is being chunked out, and the fear going to do him no favors. Can they get this execute here? Splinter going to try to take it. Splinter going to get the kill. Tank X coming in. I don't think he has the damage to finish anything up here.
Yeah, there's no way he can do anything. Oh, and now a level 6 Silas as well, too.
Yeah, the ball is absolutely rolling here for high expectations. This team wants to book themselves a break for a couple of weeks. Tank X! Be careful, my dude.
Yeah. Silas does a lot of damage.
Yeah, that's a valuable flash.
Yeah, you would expect with the Jarvan pick, typically in solo queue, you're seeing these Jarvans gank, like even level 2 gank bottom. Very surprised not to see anything before level 6 out of Tank X here.
No, I agree. I don't think speaking to what we said about the Trundle earlier, I don't think this is a champ that plays to his strengths. Like he's not a pressure player. He's a play slow, get to fights, do the smart things in fights. Jarvan is a pressure jungler, an incredibly powerful champ, early level 2, level 3. You have to be ganking early. I mean, it's not even like he's keeping up on CS. You're not going to keep up with the Nocturne, who's now 6, who is now a more impactful champion than you, especially without his flash available. Really curious to see what the next few minutes look like for Tank X. Obviously, it's still very early. Plenty of time for Jarvan to be impactful.
Yeah, and you look at these jungle items that they have right now, you could see that Nocturne is, I guess now he's only 2 ahead, but he was like 4 jungle camps ahead.
Yeah, interesting thing while we're checked in on the mid lane here, like I was thinking earlier, that this might just be a play to let Bad Boy have an easier time laning. It's working. When is the last time you've seen Dan, even on CS, at 8 minutes?
Never. Absolutely never. And actually, I'm going to flip these on the overlay as well, too, because
I just did it. Oh, here we go. Tank X, he is down a level, and he is in no man's land. Bad Boy trying to bait here, but not going to be able to do much.
SBL Bad Boy's kind of low on mana. He's got enough for his rotation, but not much more than that.
Yeah, I like the attempt, but good instincts there, not the chase.
Oh, and Malphite coming down from the top lane for a gank.
I like this. Bad Boy does have a flash available. Spectator says nothing's going to happen here as Nocturne gets close. And Bad Boy, not fucking around. He's going to flash the wall there. Tank X comes towards the bottom. He does walk over a ward here.
Oh man, I have to believe that if Tank X would have just committed to that.
Yeah, Splinter was close, but like I think with the picks they have a tree here, these guys want to fight. They don't know Splinter's here.
Tree and 30 are both not 6 yet. Oh, and Leona just hit 6, but once again, spectator.
Yeah, and Splinter finally called this one off. Tank X doing so as well. One thing of note here, Tuesday's been steadily falling down on CS despite getting the early 2 kills. So you can see these guys have not been able to play on the pressure particularly effectively.
Yeah, Vayne's a pretty awkward pick right now. She's received a little bit of love from Riot recently with some buffs, but damn, dude, I feel like Vayne is definitely not the champion that I remember her from early seasons, and not a very good AD carry right now, in my opinion.
Yeah, but it is a classic Tuesday specialist. 30 is going to just whiff a ton of things, but I don't think this matters. Splinter is in, forces the flash, trying to put some damage to Leona with a very defensive ult. Kayla actually getting some decent damage out here, and now the entirety of High Expectations are kind of tuck and tail and running with 30. He is so tanky, they can't chase onto him.
Wow, lot of stuff burned in the bot lane for really nothing. And Tank X can look for this.
They blow in Ignite, they blow ults, but they get all 4 summoners on a Lazy and Tree.
Actually surprised that we didn't see a Jarvan going up to Rift Herald right away.
Yeah, he's kind of lately coming for this gank here that I assume we're about to see.
Silas does have Malphite ult, so he can just unstoppable force out.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter.
Unfortunate for the Axe. But despite the early kills, Flex Panther has slowed this game down. They haven't lost anything real in a while, as this game has slowed down a lot from the first few minutes.
Yeah, and still no dragons taken from either team, no Rift Herald, so this game still has a lot of life left in it, unlike Tank X.
Oh, actually some nice footwork from Tank X there. Holds on to his own life, no flash required.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Nocturne's ult was down. I assume Cho'Gath is burning his ults on cooldown on minions. So didn't really have too much to worry about.
Yeah, I really like that play to lock everyone in the ult there and then escape. Most Jarvans are going to just panic out of that. His 30's coming in. He does not have an ult available for another second here, but he's going to hit the hook. May not need the ult. Going to be a knock-up, a flash into the knock-up, but Renai is still out of this one.
Wow. Renai playing that pretty good. No summoners. We'll see if Nocturne comes back to go pay Bloodborne a visit.
Silas is a chunky damage dealer. I think Thunder's a little surprised. He was expecting the bad boy. He was expecting an easy time. Who said Festus up at him? As we do see, I like Splinter recognizing Thunder's low health, going to Dragon. We'll see, though, Jarvan is showing up towards the bad boy. No flash available on that show. But Nocturne is in the area code, although he doesn't want to. He wants to fucking do Rift. Don't bring them to me. That's what I'm yelling if I'm last.
Yeah, very interesting. Normally, you don't see Splinter prioritizing Rift Herald this high. Generally, he's a guy that goes and get.
Do you think maybe he doesn't prioritize Rift Herald because his top laner is getting its head caved in every single matchup, and now he's got the best top laner in the game? Although it looks like we are going to have a fight breaking out here. It is secured by Splinter. Is going to get it, and the fight will not break out. Sad.
We still have another couple of minutes for him to get plates with that, so I expect we'll see another fight come in mid or bot so that they can rotate this into a dragon. Jarvan looking like he might be starting up dragon.
Yeah, I like this, Splinter. You've got a lot of pressure. I think you need to start forcing the issue a little more here. As we see a lot of bodies. So I'm up here. We had a lot of bodies. I think this is fine for high expectations because they can come in, they can fight this. They're not going to get the dragon though. And Nocturne actually does not pull the trigger. Now he finally does, but 30 is, he's only had his life for so long, disrupting this fight, but he is going to fall to the Orianna. Vayne actually goes down as well. Is this fight gets really split? No focus fire. Splitter has to flash forward, barely gets the execute, a 1 for 3, and Flex Panther gets the dragon and fights their way back into this game.
Wow, and Flex Panther is now back even footing with high expectations, and I don't know, Stank Axe, it's a little big for your britches. Going in on the Cho a few levels up from him. Yeah, no, Tank Axe even got the shutdown on Vayne in there. I mean, Vayne flashed out of the Jarvan ult and then was kind of left on her own with the Divey boys going in. Really doesn't have any protection on that team. I think this is going to leave Mr. Tuesday in a very awkward position going forward into this game.
Yeah, honestly, I think that team, they could have just fronted back there with the amount of damage that, like, kind of chipped out at the start of that fight. And I think they would have just popped the whole fight up. But instead, they try to overforce the dive. And see, they're used to having the bestest one there for all those fights.
Yeah, but now you have SBL Bad Boy.
We do see Tank Axe coming for a little bit of an awkward gank here. Bestus can just unstoppable force out of this, and Tank Axe knows it.
Yeah, just giving him up. Not even making him use it. Honestly, I feel like you have to make him use it. Unstoppable Force is still a really strong ult versus Malphite. Yeah, and Malphite thinks it's coming for him, so I think he popped it.
Oh, man. And now Splitter does not wait as long to pull the trigger that time. Defensive ult coming out of the tree to see if he can save his life there. Flashing as well. But that is going to be another kill for Master Splinter, up to 3 kills here. Really starting to take over in this one.
Oh, Master Splinter dropping the Rift Arrow doesn't connect for plates.
Yeah, but still gonna crack the tier 1 mid so early in this game. They'll get a charge onto the tier 2. Renai can't make a mistake here. He's just gonna get dove.
Oh, and Tank Axe.
Yeah, Tank Axe playing with a lot of fire and gonna barely not get burned there.
Thinking a little bit Mr. Tuesday for condemning him out of that fight.
Yeah, I was going to say, Tank Axe playing with a cock full of confidence there. Holds on to the flash with about 10 health. And now we'll see here. Splinter ahead in the jungle. Mid lane down. Can he start forcing the issue in the enemy jungle? Start threatening dives in these side lanes? A lot of ways high expectations can start playing this lead out.
Yep, Flex Panther does still have that first dragon. Maybe they make a play and try and force them into a team fight that hopefully that they can just hope high expectation flubs again.
As we do see a teleport coming to the bot lane. Tree's going to time out a solar flare. They're going to have platinum player footwork and an easy disengage.
Yeah, that was really, really aggressive out of SBL Bad Boy and super risky.
Yeah,
below a huge cooldown like teleport right there.
Yeah, that was not great, Cotton. You're Cho'Gath, like you're not Malphite teleporting in. A little too hopeful.
Well, taking a look over some of these builds here. Renai opting for the Leandres. You see that on some of the Oriannas. Definitely going to need it in this matchup with all of these health tanks. Rod of Ages, Silas up top, and Cho'Gath in the mid. Oh. That's this one looking for the kill.
This lane swap was just so effective. You're taking such a good player in Thunder and putting him on the back foot in this game. I mean, he's clearly was not ready for this matchup to be a challenging lane. And every time we cut, he is getting chunked out by the Silas.
Yeah, I don't know if I would do it in competitive play, but definitely in solo queue, you see a lot of times if like somebody picks the Malphite up top, the counterplay as Malphite is to go heavier AP build, and you can actually outdamage the Silas in a lot of situations. Since Silas takes a while to get going, Malphite's Q kind of dominates that lane. But
yeah, Splinter using his ult to zone everyone out here. They're gonna secure the Chomp, and that was I don't really know what Flex Panther was hoping to contest. That was just such an impossible task, like with the control they didn't have to like push over the ramps into Nautilus, into Condemn, into Cho'Gath knockup in Silence. You really were just kind of hoping for a mistake on a high expectations, and that was a pretty simple situation to execute.
Oh, Tank X back in the bot lane. They don't spot him down here. Or at least not yet.
And man, Tank X has been 1-0-2 for so long in this game. I feel like I've been waiting. Oh, they're gonna try for maybe a dive here. I like the attempt. They get Lazy Lads gets the kill on the 30. Tree walks out with his life. Meanwhile, on the top lane, we got Renaikin up. Can they execute the Silas? That looks like they can. Malphite on the board.
Yep. Finally engaging Silas when he can't steal an ult, or at least not easily right there.
We could have a 2v2 breaking out of this Herald. Herald's secured, but a nice shockwave. They're trying to force mass, but no one's picking up the eye. It's Splinter knows that they have to grab the eye, flashes in, but loses his life to get the Rift Herald. And now Bad Boy, I think he kites this one out, but that was a kill for Renai? No, that was Thunder, I think.
Yep, Thunder picked up the kill there. It's much needed gold on this Malphite, as he's going to need to both get his armor items and then also come back and get some AP items later into the game. So when you're tasked against double AP as Malphite, it definitely hurts.
Yeah, and I think Flex Panther should have played that a little harder. I think they could have dove Dan as they took the tower there if they had timed some cooldowns better. But I digress. Despite the early control, it looked like high expectations were going to have. Flex Panther have done a great job, as we have a Tuesday session. The stream scuffed tonight, folks. As we'll give it a sec here. Chat gets a little buggy on the disconnects. He is presumably not reconnected yet.
Yeah, let's see what do we got? No messages to the casters. Oh, all right. He's back.
There we go.
Okay. Hopefully it's nothing. Trying to ice us after our big play is what Oriana says.
Hey, if it works, it works.
Yep. I mean, we brought this game back up to even. Both, oh. Are we getting...
Little Riot lag here. We lag together. I'm 2105, 06, 07.
7, 8.
Okay, yeah,
I think
good.
You might be a half, but...
Yeah, at most. It sounded like we were the same, so... All right.
All right. After some pauses, some icing, we got Vayne still farming down in the bot lane with Nautilus.
Yeah, Vayne 50 CS down. Just... Not what you want to see in a you got the 2 kills so early.
Yeah, this was a brutal lane for Vayne. She was lucky that she got those 2 kills.
Yeah, that's a good point. This could have been a massacre bot lane if Tuesday didn't get the kills. And Respect out there making his case for best AD in the league still.
Well, maybe if he pulls up a W tonight. Right. Splinter.
I've already made up my mind about who the best ADC in the league is. So we are 300 gold apart here.
Oriana doing nothing to this Cho'Gath.
Yeah, that's maybe going to take some big damage here from the bad boy. Oh, Shockwave's going to whiff too, and Renai has to flash for it. But he is buying some time for Tank X to Probably do nothing here.
Yeah, I can't imagine a world where Tank Axe comes top and that's worth it without Oriana ult.
So we got Dragon in now just under a minute, so that might be our next big thing that forces these teams to engage a bit.
Yeah, and you gotta imagine that Blab knows that he's basically getting dove here, or that tower's going down. Oh, but Bad Boy is bad and takes like 6 tower shots. Holy shit, dude! What was
you
that?
put him back in the top lane, and the Bad Boy comes back out.
The brain just melts.
So while that brain is melting, we do have Shelly coming out in the mid lane, trying to create a little pressure in advance of this dragon. We'll take the tier 2, and that is going to offer even more control here to High Expectations. They do get the top tower as well as Renai reset, wants to fight for this dragon.
Oh,
Bad Boy
they're baiting the bush.
Yeah, Bad Boy's coming down, but he's only half health. That could end up mattering a lot in this fight if he's not going to reset and teleport.
Oriana's still a ways off here. And most likely cut off by High Expectations if they wanted to push the lane, but they didn't.
They don't have the side up there. Fortunately for Renai, I think he was able to make assumptions based on the locations of what they saw that they didn't know.
All right, are we gonna see the fight that Flex Panther wants? The Oriana ball and the Jarvan into the ult.
Yeah, Splinter's far. They could maybe try to do something here. Tank Axe and Thunder need to be on the same page.
Splinter's trying to push for inhibitor.
This is my
Flex Panther
he's trying to force
has to pull the trigger.
Yeah, they can't keep stalling this. They gotta go. And Splinter's gonna be doing a ton of damage here. And this Bad Boy they're engaging on. Bad Boy has to flash out. Bad Boy being ulted. Is that too much? I don't think so. Lazy Laz with the kill. But what is the cost? We've got teleports going to mid lane as it looks like Flex Panther want to go for this dragon, but this is the positioning so awkward. They lost the tier 3, and now they're actually kind of split here. Splinter's getting kind of close to ult range. Who's going to get the dragon secured by Tank Axe? Will there be a fight here? This will be a 5v4 for Flex Panther if they can find anything. And there we go. Leona ult going wide, and I think everyone walks out of this one. But a win for FP.
Yeah, I wonder if we're gonna see Flex Panther bounce over to the dragon then, or the Baron. I'm sorry. The Void Monster, the Scary Worm.
I will be shocked just because they have so little vision up there from earlier. Bad Boy's up with the teleports. But man, I mean, that was just rough. They needed to make that decision a lot faster. But bash this one. Bites on more than he gets you. And then he thinks he's going to go in for a kill.
And finally, Renai Circulation pulls the trigger. This is exactly what Flex Panther needs in this game.
You can take the Bad Boy out of top, but you can't take a Bad Boy out of top for this team, apparently. That will lead to Baron being started here. Splinter rotating toward... He's sitting on 1,800 gold, by the way. Is now the Bad Boy's on the flank, and the Bad Boy's being a little split off from his team here. He doesn't have a flash available, and now we see some of the CC coming out. I mean, this man's got a lot of health, but he is being CC layered. They got to be careful not to blow too many ults here, though, but he's going to go down Tank Axe with the kill. 2, 0, and 4 on this Jarvan. And now...
Leona ult just about to come back up here, too. Malphite ult is up.
Silas will be up in 5 with a teleport of his own, but this is going to be really sketchy. They might have to give this one over.
And Silas is sitting on... Oh, my fucking... Ice D's nuts.
Where does Tuesday live?
I don't know.
Get this man moved out of a shed in the woods and into a city.
Where'd Mr. Tuesday come from? Is he just some like random guy we pulled out of solo queue?
Tuesday. Oh yeah, no, he's from Alabama. NT. I'm actually pretty sure they only have Starlink in Alabama, so that makes sense.
That does.
Elon,
the deep south.
The ping on Starlink needs to get better.
Do you think that you can play Vayne with Alabama ping? I feel like that's like a Chicago, Minneapolis, Wisconsin ping type champion.
Real quick, respects. We don't see the chat in like real-ish time because of how the client pulls what happens during the pause. So to answer your question, no, you will get yelled at because you don't get the benefit of the doubt. Don't pause my goddamn game. We're running late enough. Yeah, every batting league needs a laggy state apparently.
Yep.
So
And
we're gonna unping Alabama here and get back into this game. Barron has been started up. Maybe they'll
maybe.
commit to this. They're in a good spot. Look out, Splinter's far, Tuesday is far. It's just 30, and if Bestis wants to really force a teleport here, although he can't get that close unless 30 drops him something.
Bestis is also sitting on Oriana ult, so he's forced to use an ult that he has to get in melee range for.
Yeah, although Splinter's sitting on 1,900 gold, although there is also a lot of gold in the pockets of Flex Panther, but it looks like this is going to just be given over. High Expectations doesn't want to throw this while they're down a man, and that is a Baron secured. So now, big moment here for Flex Panther. Can they mop up some of this map while they have the Nasher buff? And I do want to shout out Tank X. We were calling him out earlier for not putting down a lot of pressure for a while. He has really started coming around on this job. In 2-0 and 4, he's been a big part of everything good that's happened. I wish he was a little more aggressive, but I mean, it's still working nonetheless. And then Renai has just been fantastic, doing what he does in this game.
Yeah, sitting back, playing safe, then winning.
Now we'll see they're trying to just jam this down mid, catch High Expectations with their pants down here. I like this. Not a slow setup. Get everyone into a lane.
There is no teleport on Malphite. There is a lot of standing gold in that top tower. They got the tier 1 still up, so they can easily rotate up there and make a little bit of gold off of the Snatcher buff.
Yeah, just let the cannons do their work here. You got to be respectful. Don't get knocked up. Don't get nocturnes. Thunder kind of not sure where he wants to go here. And this might just be the play, is to play this safe mid, let Thunder get the free gold top.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's what I would do in their situation. Oh, but Silas.
Got to get the Leona ult, and now Splinter going in, forces a flash out of Lazy Laz. And we see a Tree on the far side trying to zone Tuesday, but he's going to die for it. Renai also kind of go, oh my god, Renai! No, he does not walk up. And that is a 3-for-0. The aggressive engage here works for High Expectations. Now they have an exposed inhibitor in the mid lane.
Yeah, and we got to assume that High Expectations should be able to easily pick this up. Even with Baron minions pushing back at them, maybe in the near future. Nope, not at all.
Yeah, massive mistake there from Flex Panther.
Yeah, I really don't like this. Sometimes I feel like this happens a lot, especially in Batty League. And Malphite did not have the TP up for this fight, but a lot of times you'll see situations where your top laner will be like, I'll teleport into the fight. Well, if they engage on you, that teleport's going to be for nothing. They needed that Malphite ult.
Yeah, after they didn't get much on that initial crash, when High Expectations was kind of able to regroup, regather mid lane, get Cho blocking the cannon autos, like there was no chance of them pushing there. They needed to just kind of back off towards River, let the Malphite crash top and take the free gold if that's the play they wanted to go for, but kind of were trying to shit in both mouths there and ended up just shitting in themselves. But despite that, 30 seconds on Dragon here, Splinter on the far side of the map, this, in theory, should be free. And actually, this could be some big damage.
Oh, and they should easily pick up Bad Boy.
Bad Boy gets picked again. 2-3-0 on the Cho'Gath. That is going to give up the tier 2 here. And Splinter's going to try to trade top lane.
Yeah, once again, trading towers for Dragon. This does put Flex Panther here on Soul Point, though. And this is a pretty good Soul Point.
Yeah, and I think at this point in the game, like, I'd be pretty content to trade a tier 2 for a Dragon when they do secure it. The gold's still pretty even. Oh, the Lazy Lad splits from his team, finds the bestest one. He's going to lose his life. That's huge. He blows a ghost there as well. And now, I think Tree... No, he's going to be able to flash out of that one.
Oh, they could dodge this. They can't hide under that tower.
Bestest one knows it. He's not able to steal there. And there's actually a nice shotgun coming out. Now, actually, good CC layering. We see a teleport coming in behind. Bestest one on the defense out. Now Malphite is in. Who is he going to ult? We see a lot of damage being traded. Tank-X lives for so long. Finally goes down to the Silas. They never finish off the bestest one. Tank-X going to die as well. Somehow Thunder died as well. And oh my god, the fight was played so poorly from Flex Panther.
Yeah, and Flex Panther gonna get hard punished for this. Gonna probably. Oh, actually, you know what? What am I talking about? High Expectations has 0 waves to come towards bot lane. Not gonna really do anything other than give the kill gold over. I'm confused. What happened?
I'm scared, man. I just got clipped, and I don't know if it's a good thing or not. Says it's AJS's peak commentary, but he might be making fun of me. And I won't know until the game is over. So an inhibitor, we're approaching the inhib respawn here for Flex Panther. The big thing is that the inhib should respawn before, or will respawn before the dragon spawns, which means they have time to kind of reset waves, reset map position.
But we do have Baron coming up here in 40 seconds. Oh, Tankax may be getting caught out. Nah.
You can't be caught by Bad Boy.
You can only catch him.
And now Splinter, though, might be caught. Oh, he's not going to get the spell shield. He is being popped by
and there's a TP coming in.
Tries to go in. And what is this teleport? Best this one. You're a madman, but not the good kind. Tries to dump the damage. Tries to waste the time for his team to base race. He will actually buy a lot of time here. But his team is not in a position to capitalize on it. It's a Vayne pushing up there. Vayne can't go punish that tower.
And now Flex Panther will be in the pole position to go towards this Baron. 60 seconds on anybody who matters.
Yeah, 25. They're gonna try to bait. Can they catch somebody being too aggressive here? Take it. Oh, Bad Boy blows their cover, but it doesn't matter. The hook comes out, and Tankax makes it out with just barely his life. Bad Boy has to flash the chop, but now High Expectations are going to be put in the ground like the dirty stoners they are. Republican wishes being executed by Flex Panther here as High Expectations are being chased down. Bad Boy blew his flash, is going to have his life eliminated by Lazy Last 7-4. All because Bad Boy wanted to make the play, blew the cover. Oh no! And now it's Baron.
Flex Panther is starting this Baron up with Splinter still on the board and still 14 seconds left on Jarvan.
Yeah, and now they're going to go for the fight. They're making the smart play here. Get the pop on the Vayne. Splinter will follow next. He gets the execute on Lazy Laz, which will maybe stop the Baron. And actually, Bastos one showed up, gets the double knockup with the Malphite ult. The best Malphite ult in the game coming out of High Expectations. And Splinter does get the kill, a 2 for 2. Baron disengaged.
Wow, man, we are 33 minutes into this game in 33 seconds, and everything is dead even.
Gold is tied. Baron's alive. Dragon respawns in a minute. This has been a game. This Flex Panther is just dying to keep their hopes of the first seed alive here.
All right, and it looks like High Expectations are starting it up. This has to be kind of a bait.
I mean, they get 5 here. They get 5 here way before, actually. This is probably good for them. They're getting some... No, they're not getting any damage to stick on Tankax. Watch out, though. It is really dangerous for High Expectations to be in the pit against some of these ults. And we'll see here. They know it. They respect it. They do not want to get Nashered. Or they're going to give this up.
Yeah, this is a real awkward decision here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame them. If you go in there and contest and fuck it up, like, you might just lose the game here. You know, play for the soul points instead. You did not have 5 there. That was probably the smarter play as they are rushing towards Dragon. Splinter did blow his ult there, just trying to zone off a Baron, which means he is going to be late to this Dragon if it gets started on time. But Flex Panther might not know that. I think they need to hurry and pull this out. You can burn through this fast. Can they do it?
Yeah, and Cho'Gath ult was also used during that Baron fight, so it won't be able to be used during this.
Yeah, Splinter, he blast code in, and oh man, the big ult from Blaboor. And oh, this is great team fighting. The Guardian Angel on Lazy Laz means this is going to be a mop. Renai with the play at the start of that fight, and it is going to be a clean 0 for 4 here. Soul secured, and I think they run this down mid lane here.
Yeah, and nearly all of those Baron buffs did not do shit. And as well as not having Nocturne and Cho'Gaths
Oh, I mean,
during
they have
the
a
fight.
Caitlyn here. I think Bad Boy needs to hold on to his life here. Don't get dove.
He's
You
gonna
need to
get
defend
dove.
the
He's
Nexus,
gonna
but
get
Bad Boy
dove.
is a bad
There he
boy.
goes.
This is going to be so easy for Caitlyn to execute on. That might be our game here.
They only have a few minutes in this
No,
wave.
they're going. I think they're. Oh no, cowards! They're making the
Or
right play.
yeah, Oriana coming down with the cannon wave. Easy pickup.
Still 30 seconds on the Bad Boy here. Maybe if something goes wrong, they'll take their odds here. As their ults are coming back up. They could look for a Wombo here. I mean, it's a Wombo team. You can easily dive some Nexus turrets. Caitlyn can easily threaten chipping away here. We'll see. Can they get the dive on a lazy? He doesn't have a GA. If anything happens, here we go. Nautilus all coming out. No one's ready to follow up on it. That's huge.
And Flex Panther has this Ocean Soul, so they can be as full health as they want to be going into any of these fights.
Caitlyn is happening. 30 has no tanks. That's this one going in trying to make a miracle, and that's not going to happen. 0 for 2, 0 for 3. Will be 0 for 4, and Bad Boy going to start this just like the fight began. Executed under a tower. And Flex Panther are going to win a wild game here to keep their slim hopes of the 1 seed alive. And at the very least, finish the season with some honor.
Yep. I do really love this moving into the next game. High expectations are playing for something. It's not just a troll game. They can't just give it up, and now makes every single other game matter moving forward, which I really enjoy.
Yeah, so that is going to do it for the first game, folks. We're going to take a sec to figure out what the stream situation is going to look like for game 2 here. But we will be back momentarily while I go frantically figure out what we're doing here.